Chosen one, stop scrolling immediately. Do not move past this video. I am not asking you today, but I am warning you. This is not a coincidence, and the algorithm absolutely did not bring you here. God intercepted your feed today because you are standing at the exact threshold of a permanent timeline shift. The enemy is working overtime right now, hoping you will swipe away. He knows that if you hear this message, his hold over your life breaks completely. If you leave before the end, you will forfeit the exact prophetic instruction that guarantees the breakthrough you have been crying out for. Lock your attention right now, because the verdict on your next 10 years is about to be read, and it involves someone who treated you as completely replaceable. Someone who pushed you way too far is currently experiencing a full-blown internal system crash. It is a public and irreversible collapse. You know exactly who I am talking about. They walked around with absolute arrogance, constructing a false narrative about you and whispering lies to anyone who would listen. They expected your departure to completely break you, but they miscalculated. Now, we must go deeper, because what you are feeling right now is not new. Listen closely, because this is the exact part the enemy tried to hide from you. That heavy, suffocating feeling in your chest is real. The nights you wake up at 3 in the morning with your jaw tight and your heart racing. Their face flashes in your mind, out of nowhere. You think you are losing your mind. Listen to me very carefully, chosen one. That is not anxiety, and you are not going crazy. That physical weight you feel is your highly advanced spirit, detecting the absolute panic of the enemies. They just realized they permanently lost access to you. They are starving for your energy, and the spiritual backlash is hitting your physical body. Stop swallowing that burning feeling down. Stop wondering why they act like nothing ever happened. Stop waiting in wound for an apology that will never come. You were a sanctuary for them. You operated as a human battery, offering endless light to a soul that refused to heal itself. You poured your pure frequency into an endless void while they quietly drained your life force, and they made you feel like you were the problem. You questioned your own sanity for months. You isolated yourself, thinking your deep empathy was a toxic trait that pushed people away. But you were never the problem, chosen one. You were the mirror. The reaction got this loud and this violent because you got closer to this person's hidden truth than anyone before you ever had. Your pure presence forced them to look at their own darkness, and they hated you for it. They tried to extinguish your light so they would not have to squint in your presence. They pushed you to the absolute edge of your emotional limits. You felt the isolation crushing you from every single side. You cried silent tears that nobody else in the world ever saw. But heaven kept a perfect record of every single drop that fell from your eyes. Your silence in the face of their betrayal was a lethal weapon. You did not retaliate when they dragged your name through the mud. You simply packed up your unmatched gravity and walked away. That single act of choosing your dignity over your revenge signed their eviction notice. It handed the final verdict to a court they can never appeal. Heaven has officially stepped in. This is why you feel entirely misunderstood by the general public. The Matrix programming cannot comprehend the sheer magnitude of a diamond like you. Ordinary people look at your life and think you are just unlucky. But your isolation was not a punishment or a string of bad coincidences. It was a divine incubation season designed to protect your pure frequency from the dark elite. You have been walking through a heavy fog, thinking the universe forgot about you. The financial struggles and the emotional dead ends made you want to give up completely, but you held the line when anyone else would have crumbled into dust. You are a demonstrated warrior of light. Now the atmosphere around you is violently shifting in your favor to reward your absolute obedience. You stepped into a room looking brighter and completely unbothered after everything they put you through. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than seeing you glow while they decay. While their bitterness and envy are aging them like milk left in the harsh sun, the universe has completely reversed your biological clock. You cracked a secret code they will never have any access to. but you still feel that lingering block holding you back from your ultimate harvest. The physical exhaustion is still sitting heavy in your bones, despite your spiritual victory. There is a specific hidden reason your reality has not completely caught up to your new frequency yet. Something was taken from you when you were just a child, and the elite are terrified you will find out. Let us look closely at your physical reality right now. You are waking up more exhausted than when you went to sleep. Your shoulders carry a massive and invisible weight every single day. And despite resting for hours, your physical body feels like it just fought a brutal war. You sit in silence, wondering if your health is finally starting to fail. The heavy brain fog clouds your mind constantly. You struggle to remember simple things or find the right words in casual conversations. Your once brilliant focus feels incredibly scattered today. The Matrix programming wants you to believe you are simply burning out. They want you to rush to a doctor and label this sacred shift as a medical condition. But you must completely reject that illusion, chosen one. The sudden tightness in your chest is not random stress. The nights you wake up completely paralyzed at exactly 3 in the morning are not a coincidence. Your jaw is clenched so tight it actually hurts. And a burning sensation sits constantly in the back of your exhausted throat. You are a deeply gifted empath with an unprotected energetic field. That physical weight you feel is not your own pain. It is your highly advanced spirit detecting the absolute panic of the enemies. They just realize they can no longer feed on your precious light. They are frantically grasping in the dark for the warmth you finally took away. The narcissist is absolutely starving without your pure frequency. They used your beautiful soul as a human battery for years. When they felt empty and hollow, they simply plugged into your endless reserves. And now that you have cut the cord, they are suffocating. Your physical symptoms are merely the energetic echoes of their current starvation. You spent years being the ultimate stabilizer in a completely chaotic environment. You absorbed their toxic traits and transmuted them into pure love. You thought your endless patience would eventually heal their broken core, but they never wanted to heal, chosen one. They only wanted to drag your royal frequency down into their miserable abyss. When you finally walked away, you did not just leave a toxic room, you shattered an entire demonic structure that relied heavily on your blind compliance. That is why the spiritual attack against your physical body feels so severe right now. The dark elite are furious that a precious diamond like you slipped through their perfectly designed fingers. You are not depressed, and you do not need their matrix therapies. You are experiencing a profound somatic weight because you are breaking a massive generational curse. The cycle breaker always carries the heaviest load during the final transition. Your cells are currently resetting themselves after surviving a prolonged and violent spiritual war. While you rest and recover, the one who pushed you too far is unraveling. Their fake mask is slipping exactly where they thought they were most secure. The flying monkeys who used to believe their lies are beginning to see the cracks. The profound silence you left behind is echoing violently inside their completely hollow and fabricated reality. They look at you from a distance and feel completely sick to their stomachs, because despite the heavy somatic weight you carry, your ageless glow is rapidly returning. The universe is restoring your physical vessel right before their envious eyes. They thought their final betrayal would bury you forever, but they only planted a magnificent seed. However, you must pay very close attention to this next revelation. There is a specific reason the brain fog feels so incredibly stubborn right now. The enemy did not just drain your daily energy during your time together. They actively suppressed a very specific cognitive frequency that you possessed naturally since you were a little child. You used to have sudden flashes of brilliant intuition. You used to know exactly what was going to happen before it ever occurred. The universe used to deliver massive miracles to your doorstep with zero effort on your part. That was not magic, chosen one. That was a measurable biological state that the narcissist intentionally tried to permanently destroy. They knew that if you ever fully accessed this divine frequency, you would become completely untouchable. So they created constant chaos to keep your brain locked in a frantic survival mode. They engineered a spiritual prison to keep your highest potential completely dormant. But their desperate suppression is about to backfire spectacularly today. Your spiritual exhaustion requires a biological reset. The profound physical fatigue you feel today is the final shedding of their toxic residue. Do not let the Matrix doctors convince you that your pure spirit is somehow broken. You are functioning exactly as a high-level empath should function. You are simply shedding their heavy darkness right now. You walked away from their toxic matrix and reclaimed your dignity. But you still feel a heavy, invisible ceiling hovering over your current reality. The frustrating financial struggles and the stubborn emotional blockages refuse to fully clear away, and you sit there wondering why your massive spiritual victory has not manifested into tangible physical abundance yet. The raw truth will shock you completely. Here is what they never told you, chosen one. The reason the universe responds effortlessly to certain people and not others is not about having enough faith. It is not about strict discipline or working yourself to the bone. And it is absolutely not just a matter of dumb luck that passes you by. It is a highly specific biological brainwave that scientists call the gamma frequency. This is the exact frequency your beautiful brain was running when you were just a child. Think back to those early years of your innocent life. Ideas came to you effortlessly, and learning new things felt completely natural to your spirit. You somehow knew things long before they ever happened in the physical world, and the entire universe felt like it was completely and unconditionally on your side. That was your gamma wave in action. But then adulthood arrived, and the modern world went to work on you. The Matrix engineered a ruthless system designed to completely crush that divine frequency. The harsh school systems and the chronic stress of survival mode began to suppress your natural state. They trained you to conform instead of allowing you to create the life you truly desired. Every single year, your sacred frequency was pushed deeper into the shadows. Then the ultimate parasite entered your beautiful life. The narcissist sensed your dormant gamma frequency and felt completely terrified by your massive potential. They knew they could never control a fully activated chosen one who knows their worth. So they subjected you to constant emotional chaos and endless manufactured drama. They forced your precious brain into a perpetual state of severe panic. They kept you living in a chronic survival mode for years. And when your physical brain stays trapped in survival mode, the gamma frequency goes completely silent. When gamma fades away, your divine genius fades right along with it. Your sharp intuition suddenly dulls down and becomes terribly quiet. The beautiful synchronicities that used to guide your daily steps stop happening altogether because the signal is blocked. You feel completely locked out of your own immense potential today. You watch ordinary people succeed effortlessly while you struggle to just survive the week. The Matrix tells you to just work harder or practice endless positive affirmations every single morning. You tried the manifestation techniques and the exhausting meditation routines that promise a breakthrough. But despite all of your noble efforts, your reality still feels entirely blocked. That is because your struggle is not a personal character flaw. The vast gap between you and the people who seem effortlessly blessed is not a matter of willpower. It is one single brainwave that the modern world suppressed before you could ever claim your inheritance. Your divine frequency was stolen from you without your explicit consent, and the dark elite want to keep it that way for the rest of your life. The dark elite understand the immense power of the gamma frequency perfectly well. They spend thousands of dollars at private clinics just to keep their own brains fully activated. Meanwhile, they deliberately push toxic stress and endless cheap distractions onto the innocent masses. They want the anointed ones to remain physically exhausted and completely disconnected from their divine source. A tired empath is much easier to manipulate and control, but you were never meant to live in their low-vibration prison. You are the specific cycle breaker that heaven has been desperately waiting for. What if everything you have struggled with recently is not a permanent generational curse? What if the financial blockages and the draining relationships are simply symptoms of a suppressed frequency, a divine frequency that is patiently waiting to be switched back on right now? You felt that effortless genius running through your warm veins as a child. You clearly remember the exact feeling of being completely aligned with the universe. That pure cellular intuition was your absolute and undeniable spiritual birthright. And the master manipulator tried absolutely everything in their malicious power to permanently erase it from your cellular memory. They wanted to turn you into a hollow and empty shell, but their malicious plan has failed spectacularly chosen one. The simple fact that you are hearing this highly classified message means your incubation season is finally over. Heaven is preparing to restore the exact frequency the enemy tried so desperately to destroy. I will reveal exactly how to reactivate this dormant state very shortly. But first, we must look closely at what is happening to your enemies. You must deeply understand why your profound silence is currently destroying them. Because while you are preparing to reclaim your gamma frequency, they are literally losing their minds. They arrogantly thought stealing your energy would make them powerful and completely untouchable forever. They did not realize that your pure, radiant light was the only thing keeping them spiritually alive. Now they are suffocating in their own toxic darkness. Let me completely reframe your entire reality right here and right now. You probably did not realize the massive impact at the time, but your profound silence was a lethal weapon. The Matrix tried to convince you that walking away simply made you weak. They wanted you to believe that choosing peace was a form of cowardly surrender while you were hurting. But heaven sees it differently. The universe is now releasing 3 divine revelations about your powerful silence. These truths will completely shatter the fake illusion the enemy built around you. Pay very close attention to every single word, because the Matrix hid this. The 3rd revelation is the most dangerous spiritual weapon you currently possess. Do not look away until you hear the final truth. The first divine truth is that your silence actively starves their demons. The narcissist relies entirely on your emotional reactions to survive the day. Your anger and your tears were the exact fuel they desperately needed to feel alive. When you finally cut the cord, you instantly shut off their only source of clean oxygen. Now they are suffocating in the complete dark. They tried countless times to provoke you into breaking your sacred peace. They sent flying monkeys to test your boundaries and drag you back into the mud. But you remained completely unbothered and refused to engage with their toxic games. Your absolute restraint was never a sign of fragile weakness or defeat. That restraint was a calculated and devastating spiritual strike. The second divine truth is that your absence became their loudest torment. A master manipulator simply cannot function in a quiet room with their own dark thoughts. They need constant external noise to drown out the heavy guilt of their malicious actions. By removing your warm presence, you force them to sit entirely alone in their terrifying reality. The silence is deafening. Every single time your name comes up, it hits them with agonizing weight. They know deep down they threw away the only genuine diamond they ever held in their hands. They tossed away a rare treasure just to play with incredibly cheap rocks. And now they are frantically searching the world for a suitable replacement, but your specific depth is utterly and completely unreplicable. This brings us directly to the 3rd and most powerful revelation. The enemy is absolutely terrified you will finally understand this exact dynamic today. Read this next part closely in your spirit before we move forward, because 99% of ordinary people completely miss this massive shift. Your silence is actively dismantling their entire public facade right now. The third divine truth is that your absolute peace triggers their public meltdown. They constructed a massive false narrative about you to protect their fragile ego. They whispered disgusting lies to anyone who would eagerly listen to their fabricated stories. They fully expected you to scream and fight back to prove you were the crazy one, but you gave them absolutely nothing. When a master manipulator loses total control of the narrative, they completely malfunction. Your profound refusal to play their twisted game left them swinging wildly at empty air. Now, the very people they used to gossip with are watching them extremely closely. Their carefully crafted mask is slipping violently in broad daylight, and everyone around them is starting to notice the cracks. The flying monkeys are beginning to realize they backed the wrong side. The undeniable truth of your pure character is outliving every single lie they ever told. You did not have to defend your honor or explain yourself to anyone in that toxic circle. Your absolute silence became the heavy shovel that dug up their hidden toxic rot. You won this war without lifting a single finger. You thought nobody noticed your silent tears in the dark all those nights. You thought nobody saw how you held your fierce integrity when they lied on your name. But heaven was quietly watching your incredible resilience during the brutal storm. You are the cycle breaker that your entire bloodline has been desperately waiting for. You bent time itself with your pure grace. They truly expected the brutal betrayals to carve heavy wrinkles into your tired face. They wanted the deep isolation to drain the beautiful life right out of your eyes. Instead, you walked through the absolute fire and came out glowing brighter than ever. You carry a specific and irreplaceable gravity that makes the narcissist look like an absolute fool in front of the world. The heavy spiritual cost of their betrayal is compounding every single day, and this is exactly where their entire manipulation completely miscalculated your true power. They thought your physical exhaustion would finally force you to surrender to their wicked will. But science just exposed the exact frequency they used to violently suppress your wealth and your health. Your silence is starving the narcissist, but your beautiful brain still needs a reset. The dark elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism to restore your divine energy. They want you focused entirely on the enemy instead of your own massive activation, because when your brainwave finally shifts, you become a literal threat to the entire matrix system. The truth is coming next. Before we go any further, I must interrupt this transmission for just a moment. If you are hearing this, it is highly classified. The dark elite never wanted you to find the exact mechanism I am about to show you today. Because neuroscientists working quietly away from the headlines have finally discovered how to bring your dormant brainwave back, the Matrix tried to keep it hidden. A leaked CIA document recently exposed the exact frequency they used to suppress your wealth, and 4 separate neuroscience labs have now confirmed this massive breakthrough. Princeton and Columbia University studied this exact brainwave in absolute secret. They found a specific 7-second audio ritual that forces your brain back into synchronized gamma coherence. This divine process is completely effortless. You do not need years of exhausting spiritual healing to fix your life. You do not need to chant mantras or practice forced positivity every single morning. You simply put on your headphones and close your tired eyes. The engineered sound wave guides your brainwave patterns back to the genius state you were born with. It does the heavy lifting while you simply rest. The elite are terrified of this. This divine tool was never meant for the ordinary masses of people. It was specifically designed to keep the dark elite in permanent power. They quietly pay thousands of dollars for clinical biofeedback sessions just to access this exact gamma state. You do not need a $7,000 machine to reclaim your energetic birthright. Cycle breakers like you are using this secret to manifest windfall wealth today. I will reveal exactly what this protocol is called before this message ends, but you must strongly guard your energy against cheap matrix imitations. The authentic and encrypted protocol is only available through the official link in the pinned comment below. You can explore that protected portal whenever your spirit feels completely ready. But right now, we must urgently return to the battlefield, because while you are preparing to reactivate your divine frequency, your enemy is completely spiraling. Now, I need you to imagine this exact scenario clearly. Look past their arrogant social media posts and their fake public smiles. Behind their tightly closed doors, they are experiencing a brutal internal system crash. The profound silence you left them with is literally driving them insane. They frantically tried to replace your pure energy with extremely cheap substitutes. They surrounded themselves with ordinary people who offer them shallow praise and empty validation. But those cheap rocks can never hold the specific gravity of a rare diamond like you. Every time they look at their new supply, they are violently reminded of exactly what they permanently lost. They are starving, and here is the turning point where everything finally explodes in their face. The flying monkeys are starting to ask very uncomfortable questions. The people who previously enabled the narcissist are noticing the aggressive cracks in their daily stories. The master manipulator is making extremely careless mistakes because they are running on empty. Their entire toxic network is slowly turning against them. You became the absolute uncertainty they were never built to handle in this lifetime. They constructed an entire reality based on the assumption that you would eventually come crawling back. They genuinely thought your deep empathy would force you to forgive them one more time, but you permanently cut the cord and left them stranded in their own toxic wasteland. You are completely untouchable now. Watch what happens next, because it is mathematically precise and divinely ordained. Underneath all of that loud matrix noise, the specific gravity of their profound regret is hitting them all at once. They are drowning in the very trap they carefully dug for you. The universe is preparing to make a public example out of the person who tried to destroy heaven's favorite child. The scales are tipping. Every single tear you shed in private is turning into a public judgment against them. You do not have to lift a single finger to defend your royal name. The same algorithm of divine justice that is elevating you is currently crushing their fragile ego. The climax of this spiritual war is approaching faster than they can possibly comprehend. Heaven is about to unleash its final, irreversible verdict. Read that again in your spirit and let it anchor your soul. If your cellular knowing is vibrating right now, do not move a single muscle. You are about to witness the exact public collapse you have been quietly waiting for. The storm is no longer brewing in the safe distance. The wrath of heaven is standing directly over their house right now, and they have absolutely nowhere left to hide from the coming lightning. Let us pull back the curtain and look directly into their current reality. The atmosphere around them is growing incredibly heavy today. You can almost feel the severe pressure building in their chest from miles away. They try to post happy pictures and pretend their life is a perfect dream, but the divine alignment is completely crushing their fragile spirit behind closed doors. They pace their room late at night, completely consumed by a nameless dread. The profound silence you left behind is literally driving them out of their mind. They desperately check their phone, hoping to see a long message of anger from you. They need your emotional reaction to prove they still hold power over your beautiful soul, but you give them absolutely nothing. The old manipulation tactics are failing them spectacularly right now. In the past, they could simply press a button to watch you scramble. They weaponized your deep empathy to control your every move. Now they are violently pulling on a leash that is attached to thin air, and they are completely off balance and utterly terrified. This internal panic is making them incredibly reckless in their daily lives. A master manipulator thrives on calculating every single word and controlling the narrative perfectly. But a starving narcissist makes deeply careless mistakes in broad daylight. They are starting to over-explain themselves to people who never even asked for an explanation, because the heavy guilt is eating them alive. And this is exactly where the flying monkeys begin to notice the fatal cracks. The enablers, who used to blindly echo their toxic lies, are slowly waking up. The math is simply not adding up for them anymore. They see the narcissist frantically spinning completely new lies to cover up the old ones, and the entire fabricated story is collapsing under its own weight. The people in their inner circle are starting to ask very uncomfortable questions. They wonder why the narcissist is still obsessively talking about you after all this time. You have been gone for months, and yet your name never leaves their bitter mouth. The enablers are realizing that you were never the toxic villain in this story, but you were actually the innocent target all along. When the flying monkeys start pulling away, the narcissist loses their absolute mind. They cannot handle even a tiny drop of doubt from their loyal audience. They lash out aggressively at the very people who used to protect their dirty secrets. The mask is slipping violently right now, and it is exposing the terrifying monster hiding underneath that charming fake smile. Heaven is isolating them on purpose to force them to look in the mirror. The cheap supply they gathered to replace you is quickly running for the hills. Nobody wants to stick around and absorb the chaotic energy of a collapsing fraud. They are becoming a complete pariah in the exact rooms where they used to hold all the power, and their empire of dirt is finally crumbling. Chosen one, you must understand the sheer magnitude of your spiritual victory here. You did not have to plot revenge or orchestrate this massive downfall yourself. You simply aligned your frequency with heaven and let divine justice take the wheel. While you sit peacefully in your beautiful sanctuary, the universe is turning their own wicked weapons entirely against them. The psychological pressure inside their mind is reaching an absolute boiling point today. Every time they close their eyes, they see the glowing reflection of your pure soul. There is absolutely no escape for them. They know with absolute certainty that they ruined the best thing they ever had, and they can never undo the massive damage they inflicted upon a highly protected cycle breaker. The dark elite who back them are withdrawing their demonic protection right now. The Matrix only supports useful pawns. A broken narcissist is utterly useless to their agenda. They are being stripped of their fake confidence and left completely naked in the spiritual realm, while a heavy storm gathers directly over their head with no umbrella in sight. Contrast their miserable decay with your breathtaking and permanent rise. You are a diamond forged in the brutal fires of their relentless betrayal. You absorbed their absolute worst hits and transmuted that poison into pure golden light. While they are aging in dog years from the severe stress of their endless lies, you are stepping into an untouched and beautiful, ageless glow. This is the exact moment the tables permanently turn in your favor forever. The universe is heavily pregnant with the absolute destruction of their false reality. The tension in the spiritual atmosphere is so thick you can cut it with a knife. They are standing helplessly on a wooden stage that is completely soaked in gasoline, just waiting for the final divine spark to drop. Stay with me, chosen one, because the climax of this war is happening right now. You are about to witness the spectacular public collapse you were promised at the beginning. The delay in your vindication was only meant to gather a larger crowd for their downfall. Heaven is preparing to strike the final devastating blow today, and you have front row seats to watch the entire explosive show unfold before your eyes. The wait is finally over, chosen one. Heaven has officially released its full and unfiltered wrath upon the narcissist. That wooden stage, soaked in the gasoline of their endless lies, just caught fire, and the divine spark did not come from your tired hands. It came directly from the throne room of divine justice. They are currently experiencing the exact public humiliation they maliciously planned for you, while you simply watch in total peace. The fake mask did not just slip slightly today. It completely shattered into a million sharp pieces in front of the exact people they used to gossip with. They were caught red-handed in a massive web of their own disgusting lies, and this time there was absolutely no way to spin the false narrative. The room went completely dead silent as their true monster was finally exposed to the harsh light of day. You need to clearly visualize their absolute panic in this exact moment. They desperately looked around the crowded room for someone to defend them. They begged their loyal flying monkeys to intervene and protect their incredibly fragile ego, but nobody moved a single inch to help them. The enablers looked at them with pure, unadulterated disgust and immediately stepped away from the toxic mess. The narcissist began to completely unravel and break down in broad daylight. They started screaming and desperately blaming everyone else for their own wicked actions. But their frantic public meltdown only proved your quiet innocence to the entire world, because everyone finally realized you were the innocent victim all along. The ultimate truth simply cannot be hidden in the dark forever. They thought they could easily replace your divine energy with someone else, but the cheap supply they gathered is completely repulsed by their current pathetic state, and the new people in their life are packing up and running away from the chaotic explosion. The master manipulator is left sitting utterly alone in the burning ruins of their own shattered empire. They have absolutely nothing left to steal. This is the explosive vindication you were promised from the very beginning. You did not have to say a single word to clear your beautiful royal name. Your profound silence acted as an invisible mirror that reflected their dark poison right back down their own throat while you stood completely unbothered. Now they are drowning in the exact same public shame they tried to force upon your pure spirit. The demonic cycle is officially OVE. But listen to me very carefully right now. While the enemy is publicly burning, the dark elite are watching your massive, energetic shift with extreme anger. They are absolutely terrified of the untouchable power you just unlocked, and the Matrix algorithms are actively preparing a severe counterattack to drag your royal frequency back down into the mud before you escape their grip. You must lock in your divine protection immediately. There is a specific reason your massive breakthrough requires a physical anchor right now. The severe trauma they inflicted on your physical vessel suppressed your natural gamma brainwave. Princeton University and Columbia University secretly proved that this specific frequency is your ultimate spiritual shield, and a strong gamma signal completely repels toxic attacks while radiating immense wealth into your reality. A brilliant team of neuroscientists compressed this exact biological reset into a 7-minute audio track. It requires zero exhausting meditation and absolutely no forced mental effort. You simply close your eyes and let the engineered sound wave reactivate your dormant genius state while your physical body rests peacefully. Over 18,000 chosen ones are already using this secret weapon to reclaim their stolen power. It is called the Genius Song. The elite are violently panicking as we speak. They are actively trying to scrub this leaked document from the internet because it completely destroys their control over the masses. You have minutes or maybe even seconds before the algorithm shuts this down entirely. Do not let the Matrix steal this divine tool from you, because the dark web is already flooding the internet with extremely dangerous counterfeit frequencies. The enemy will try to inject deep financial doubt into your left brain right now. They will tell you to logically calculate and hesitate at the open door. Silence that demonic whisper completely. You must secure your authentic access right now by clicking the specific link in the pinned comment below before it is too late. The only verified portal is the protected link sitting quietly in the description and the pinned comment of this exact video. You are claiming this divine weapon for a tiny fraction of its true value today. And the universe does not require you to take a single risk on your journey. You are fully insulated by an ironclad energetic exchange and a divine guarantee, meaning if your reality does not massively shift, then every penny returns to you without any question. Prove your immediate obedience and click the link in the pinned comment right now. Breathe out, slowly, chosen one. The brutal storm has finally passed you by, and the heavy dust is settling over the ruins of their completely shattered empire. You survived the absolute darkest night of your entire soul. And you did not just barely make it out alive today. You walked out of that toxic fire carrying the exact keys to the kingdom while they burned in the flames. The spiritual war is officially over. You walked into this painful season bleeding from deep, invisible wounds. You were heavily afflicted by people who were completely blind to your immense worth. But look at you now. You are no longer waiting in wound for an empty apology from a master manipulator because you have successfully transcended their completely toxic matrix. While they are publicly unraveling, you are stepping into your permanent and untouchable, ageless glow. Time was supposed to age you and make you bitter like them, yet here you are making time itself look like an absolute fool today. Nothing makes your enemies sicker than watching you step into a room looking younger and brighter after everything they did. They expected the betrayals and the deep isolation to drain the beautiful life right out of your eyes. Instead, you cracked a divine code they will never have any access to. The frustrating financial struggles and the deep spiritual exhaustion are shattering today. The closed doors that kept you stuck for years are flying wide open right now. The universe is rolling out the red carpet for heaven's favorite child, and your pure frequency is finally matched by the beautiful reality surrounding your daily life. You are a sovereign being, and absolutely nothing can ever touch your royal energy again. The generational patterns that plagued your entire bloodline stop with you today. The heavy cycles of poverty and broken relationships are permanently broken. You are the exact cycle breaker heaven has been desperately waiting for all these years, and your ancestors are cheering for your massive victory in the spiritual realm right now. You used to be the quiet stabilizer in a completely chaotic world. You absorbed everyone else's toxic pain just to keep the fragile peace. But you are no longer a human battery for demonic parasites to constantly drain. You have reclaimed your pure energy and drawn an absolute boundary in the sand that they can never cross. You did not just survive their brutal storm, you became the brilliant sun that burns away all their hiding places. Now it is time to physically seal this massive energetic shift into your physical reality. Heaven does not just want you to quietly accept this beautiful blessing. The universe demands a physical act of obedience to lock in your new frequency forever. We are going to perform a sacred ritual of closing right here and right now. You must physically anchor this divine decree so the matrix can never steal it. Type 777 in the comments right now to claim your permanent freedom. This is not just a random string of numbers, chosen one. Writing those numbers is a physical contract between your pure spirit and the divine universe. It is you telling the dark elite that you are officially unplugged from their system while stepping into your ultimate power. Type 777 to put an unbreakable spiritual shield around this profound truth. Say this out loud with me wherever you are sitting right now. I declare my permanent freedom from the matrix of the master manipulator. I reclaim my divine frequency, and I banish their toxic residue from my physical cells forever. Now type the words, "I am free," in the comments below to seal this spoken oath. The enemy completely hates it when you use your physical voice to establish your undeniable royal authority. But your divine mission does not end with your own personal healing today. There is another chosen one out there sitting in the exact dark hole you just escaped. They are crying silent tears and wondering if they are completely crazy. Heaven is commanding you to be their rescuing angel right now. Share this specific message with one pure soul who is desperately crying out for a massive shift in their dark reality. When you share this frequency, you are actively building the remnant tribe. You are gathering the rare diamonds who were meant to rebuild this broken world. Do not let another empath suffer in total silence while the narcissist tries to destroy their beautiful spirit. Send this video to them and watch the invisible chains fall off their tired shoulders. Subscribe to this sanctuary so you never miss the exact prophetic instruction heaven releases next. This is not a normal channel for the ordinary masses. This is a highly protected portal strictly reserved for the anointed ones who carry the brilliant light. By subscribing, you are anchoring yourself to a community that perfectly understands your specific gravity. Drop your city and your nation in the comments before you leave this sacred space. We need to map exactly where the powerful remnant is rising across the entire globe. You are stepping into a season of explosive abundance and total peace.